Hey everyone, it's Billy.
It's Gabby. It sounded like you said
So
Billy.
delayed.
It sounded like you, because I was like, it sounded like you said it's Billy.
Hey, it's Millie. It's Millie, and
it's Gabby.
And welcome back to another
man.
week of Be Quiet. A change by degrees. She's not ready at all, so I'm only a little bit stressed because I had to plan out this whole episode.
Oh my God. You know what's so funny?
Help.
She said I had to plan out this whole episode. You know what she did? She Googled questions for us to answer, sent them to me, and said, this is what we're doing.
And then I
was
had
like,
to
okay.
pick questions from that.
There's
list of
11 questions.
Then I picked
and she
4,
was
and
like,
I'm like, which ones do you like? She's like, I don't care.
I don't
know.
care. Because I know.
Not helpful.
But now she's, okay, so this is what's happening too. Can I just say? She's the official like host because she's keeping us, quote unquote, as she says, on track. So like she's going to be the one to cut.
Because I said I don't want the camera to die. I want it to have like a whole thing, so that if I edit a short for Instagram, because I got dragged this week by Danielle Lay.
That's what's keeping you back from not posting things on Instagram. It's the fact that the camera died.
You know what else? You know what else I told her when I came in? I had an idea for an Instagram picture. That will happen. You're gonna freeze your little cheeks off, and we're gonna take.
Out. Is it? Is it
in
cold
the
out?
parking garage with the shade. It's
Oh,
so
well, yeah,
windy.
it's always cold.
So
It's very windy.
Literally, the wind woke me up today.
Okay.
So you didn't hear your head like.
Oh yeah,
building.
dude. Yeah.
So loud.
Well, being on the top floor, it like sounds like the earth is like falling around me. But I'm like, that's okay. I'll sleep through it.
But yes. So Instagram picture. This is gonna be episode 93. Right? No, 92. History Club sandwich. Yes,
I don't know.
93. Episode 93.
I'm not the host. So.
Planning for our futures. That's always a working title. So she texted me yesterday and she's like, I don't know what we're talking about. And it was supposed to be an episode intended for us to share like what we want in the next. You're
dragging me
so
every episode
much
you
right now. I'm just talking about how we got to this point.
Oh.
So when we planned the episode originally, it was going to be like not a 5-year, 10-year plan, but like where we saw ourselves in X amount of years in the future. Why are you cracking up? I'm just talking.
I don't know.
This is
I
the
think
worst
it's just
intro
I'm just
ever.
tired.
I'm just gonna keep.
Go on. Yeah.
So that was the intention, but then Gabby, whether it comes to finances,
That's why why are you always dragging? This is why I'm cracking up because you be dragging me.
The episode would be like a life plan or like Tim's SMART goals and things like that. But Gabby hates talking about that stuff. So I decided some more general questions, kind of in the vein of this topic, would be better. So the host Millie had to come out, pick questions, find questions, pick from those questions, and now ask these questions, so that maybe you also can help plan your future. Because Gabby doesn't like to plan for anything.
That's not
it's not true, but
it's not true. But
when it comes to certain things,
not a planner. I'm just, but okay. It's anyway. Yeah.
So in the show notes, I'll go through the work of this
dude.
link.
If you went to if you tried to type the show notes, it would be so illegible. And no one would know what you're trying to say because you don't know how to.
I would just copy-paste link. I added my links for last week's episode.
I hope you did. I didn't check that.
I will send you the link, even though she has it, so that you could follow along. Lots of these questions, I think they're all good, but some I think we've already kind of answered in our discussions. For example, the first one, it's 11 questions that every 20-something needs to ask. Seeing the word 20-something triggered me. Because of Tim's little group, but 20-something.
I'm so dead. I'm so tired of that word in general. The phrase.
You don't 20-something?
Yeah, I hate it.
You don't. What do you hate about it?
Because I keep hearing it all the time now, so I just hate it now.
Okay.
There's no reason.
That's valid.
I'm tired of hearing it.
But people in our age group, the first question, we're not going to answer this because we've talked about it, but for example, do the people I'm surrounded by bring me life? I think that's like yes. Well, Gabby kind of brings me down.
I was going to say, if you have something to say about that, I know you do.
But overall, excluding Gabby, I think,
yeah,
I'm surrounded by decent people.
See, now you look like a jackass. You bring me life, dude.
Do I?
Yeah, dude. You do.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, so you should ask that of yourself if you are unclear. If you think there's somebody who brings death and darkness to your life, you should take them out.
That's wait. You should order a hit on them and have them killed. But make sure you pay in cash so it's not traced back to you.
I meant cut them out of your life.
That still sounds
okay.
You're gonna cut them out of your life, right? Wink, wink.
Take them out of the group chat. Don't let them text you bad things.
Take them out of the group chat.
Exclude that negative energy.
Take them out, dude.
We're blowing up the mics. Wait, let me adjust something really quickly.
Maybe you should.
Okay, I think we probably blew everybody's eardrums out. So now the volume will come down a few decibels. But yes, if there's bad people in your life, at this point,
take them out.
Take them out. You don't need that negative energy. The second one was who inspires me the most? Well, we kind of talked about the historical figures. At this point, Thomas de Mahay talking about a grammar mistake before he gets his head chopped off. That
if you missed that episode last week, go listen to some good stuff in there.
So the first question that I'm going to ask Gabby, because I'm such a good planner.
Wait, okay. We're all of us here are answering it though. All
yes,
two of us.
I will also answer it. I even wrote down my answers.
Oh, you wrote them down?
3,
I didn't know we were doing that. Okay.
You're so not ready.
I'm not. Okay.
That's like you being in the history episode. You're like, oh, you wrote down? You wrote down notes?
Up, I had notes at the history episode.
I know you did.
What's it called? Notes on my notes app.
Notes.
My notes.
The third question. What are my favorite stories? And
what does that mean? I read this last night and I was confused, but I didn't say anything because I knew you'd have an attitude about me being like, what does that question mean?
Let me read out what this article wrote. I thought you could pick books, but I picked movies.
I can do that.
Oh, so okay. the question The question is, what are my favorite stories? So it could be, what are your top 3 movies? Is there a common thread that runs through each story? If you want to see what matters most to you, look at the stories that resonate the closest. The common thread that runs through my favorite movies, the underdog who perseveres through pain, thrives from their authentic self, and succeeds at something sane people would never attempt. So basically, your core values are laying on the surface of your favorite stories. Do you get it now, or do I have to further explain?
I think my dumb self can suss out what you're trying to tell me.
Suss out?
Yeah, I'll try.
But I thought that was a unique way to kind of answer, rather than being like, what are your core values? And you being like, I don't want to seem like a jackass, that apparently I am, and be like, I want to be a kind person. I want to strive and persevere through the struggles of this life. You could just be like, this is my favorite movie. And actually from those favorite movies or books or stories, historical fiction, whatever it is, you could be like, I like these traits. You're being so, okay, so I don't know what you ingested this morning. You're like, what hit you took, but maybe don't do that next week. Yeah, do like your dreams is that your brother be like LSD. But anyway.
Yeah, well, you know. What is your favorite movies? What did you put?
I put 3 movies.
Oh, what movies?
3. Okay.
Good job.
The first one, I haven't watched it recently, but I saw it on Netflix when we were trying to.
Oh, yep.
I should not use the video for this podcast. Anyway,
you should. It's good.
Is Under the Tuscan Sun.
That's on Hulu.
It's also on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I think. Wait, yeah.
Well, I don't Prime. Know. I saw. No, I'm just saying I saw it on Hulu. It could be
on Netflix. And I remember watching this, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what a good story!" It's not like a classic romance story, because basically she divorces her husband because he's cheating on her. But she goes to Italy, which I'm already obsessed with, and like tries to renovate this house, which is also really great. And I really like the symbolism at the end of the movie that she's trying to find what fulfills her. And, you know, being a writer, I thought you would like. I don't know if you've watched this movie.
I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Oh, okay. I hadn't seen it in a while, but I was like, I really liked it because the symbolism at the end is that her life is so full of just the friends she's surrounded herself with, that kind of helped her renovate the house, and so on and so forth, that there's like this spigot, is that the right word? Little spigot in her house that she could never get to run water. But by the end of the movie, it's like flooding the floor of the room that she's in because her life is so full. So I was like, oh, so nice. And I just really liked it that she finds her own fulfillment, like even at, I don't know, she's older than a 20-something and her life is like in shambles, but she figures it out and goes to a new place and goes through a lot of struggles. But through the people that she surrounds herself with, she is like content, and she can start writing, is what I would imagine the end of the movie is trying to communicate through the symbolism of the spigot. So that's one story, Under the Tuscan Sun. Another one that I really liked and has a little bit of sci-fi in it, but in a really not overt way, is About Time. I don't know if you saw this. It's actually a longer movie, and it's these people this family who have the men in the family. I keep going back. The men in the family, which is a little bit sexist, but it's fine.
LOL.
The men in the family have this ability to be able to go back in time and relive some moments of their life. And he has a really close connection with his dad, and eventually he finds out that he can't go before the time that he got his wife pregnant, which sounds really oddly specific because it changes the kid that he has.
Like trying to keep up. Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's a long movie too. But that sounds so weird. But when you watch it, it makes sense. And so he kind of has to resign himself to everything up until that point. He can't change because he loves his kid the way it is. And so basically he can't go, I'm spoiling it. So
that's okay.
Skip ahead a minute if you're interested in watching this movie after finding out this great plot. But his father basically passes away, and so he has another kid after the dad passes away, so he can't visit his dad anymore. And he has to choose, like, this is the last time I'm seeing the dad or whatever. It sounds really weird, but actually there's a lot of great characters, a lot of like family.
Who's in it? You know who's in it? Because anybody like
a lot of Rachel McAdams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the main
she was in another time traveler movie, wasn't she? Was she in Dear John? Or was it Time Traveler's Wife? She was in a Time Traveler's movie.
I think it was Time Traveler's Wife. I don't know. But I don't know who the main actor is. They're in England. Oh. It's also placed in England. But anyway, it like just a lot of good family values. I thought it was an interesting take on time travel. And I don't know, a lot of like story for it having a sci-fi element in it. So I liked that, and just like youthfulness, and then just how you go on to a different stage of life. And his sister's an alcoholic and how she deals with that. It's just so many real life problems. She can't go back in time and not have alcohol for the first time. No, because again, she's a woman.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that. But for example, he tries to undo a really nasty accident that she's part of. Like, he goes to pick her up, but then he realizes, no, I need to let that nasty accident happen so that she realizes I need to stop being an alcoholic. Things like that.
That's so wild.
Yeah,
be like, no, I'm going to let this accident like screw with your brain so that you realize you shouldn't drink anymore.
Okay, you make it seem so bad.
No, I'm not trying. I'm just saying like that. When you think about the narrative, it's like wild.
Yes, there's many points in this movie that's absolutely wild, but I did enjoy it. So if you ever want to get like take a trip, About Time. It's a long movie. And then the third movie that we have discussed before is Little Women. I'm always down to watch Little Women. I read the book. I thought the movie was excellent. And once again, it's not like just so many good things about Little Women. And if you haven't watched it, I'm not even going to describe the plot. You need to go watch it.
Any of the 5 versions of Little Women are good.
So good. So those are my movies and the themes that were a part of them.
Cool.
And I don't know if you had any books that you liked or movies. I assumed you would pick books, but
I really enjoy movies.
I know you do too.
Yeah, I literally like the past few years have been like books, movies, TV. Like that's been how I consume media and podcasts.
Have you returned your little Monday night movie?
I wanted to go, that's a tangent. No, I haven't, because there was a movie I wanted to see that comes out today, actually. It comes out today. It's a horror film called The Cursed, but it's not coming to the Alamo.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Alamo.
It's only going to AMC.
Get your stuff together.
Me and Bree wanted to see it, and so I texted her, and I was like, it's not coming to the Alamo. And she was like, oh, not even the one in Loudon. And I was like, no. And I was like, it's at AMC, though. And she was like, oh, crappy AMC. And I said, I'm not going to rat-infested AMC. So I guess we'll find it on bootleg or something.
Well, but is it just because it's not there for opening weekend or not at all?
I don't think they're getting it.
Lame.
I think a lot of horror films are really pick and choosy because, and it's not a super pop. It's from like some random, I don't know what movie company produced it.
It's not going to blow out opening weekend.
Right. Yeah, no. Yeah. And I think with horror films, because it's such a select group of people who are going to go see a horror film in the theater, like it's already rated R, so you have to be over 18. It's not like a family film that it's going to blow up the weekend and it's going to be a box hit or whatever. But so I think they're really choosy with what horror films they get. But there's another one coming out in like a few weeks called The Exorcism of God that I really want to see. Hopefully they get that one. But
the Alamo, yeah.
But anyway, so let's see. Well, when I was thinking of books, a book that is people are probably gonna laugh and be like, everybody read that and blah blah blah. But I'm just like, no, there's like some good stuff in it. Is The Great Gatsby. I read The Great Gatsby when I was in college, I think, but it was like during a summer. Like I was home for the summer and I think I read it, but I was college age. And that book, like, I did not expect to like that book as much as I did because I didn't read it in high school.
I'm so
and I was like, whatever, I'm going to read Great Gatsby because it's a classic and blah, blah, blah. And so I read it. And at the end, I was like, this is so brilliant. Like, I love everything about this. And then I watched the movie. And, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio kills it. But the book is always better. But I really enjoyed that one because it's about, like, American materialism and, like, you know, all that stuff that I enjoy as a literature major. And then I don't know. I'm trying to think of movies. Little Women would be one that, for a lot of reasons, that the book and the movie that I adore. Like the book was it was like a journey, and I felt like such a child reading it, which is a good thing. Like I love reading books that make me feel like I'm not reading, or that make me feel like I'm like, I don't know, like
it's completely entertained.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of another book or movie. I'm like looking at my shelves.
I mean, for you, it must be so difficult because you've consumed so much. So it's like to find one that really stands out must be.
There's a lot that really stand out, but it's just like for what reason. Sometimes a book stands out just because I really like the story, and other times a book stands out because I'm like I relate to it, or like get a theme or whatever. But I don't know. I just it is hard because I do like Millie walked in and I was like. She's like, did you finish that book? And I was like, I finished that 2 books ago.
I'm so dead. Like, she did drag me. She's like, keep up.
I was like, keep up. I finished that 2 books ago. But yes, I don't know. I just enjoy books overall that have really strong characters. Same with TV shows and movies. Like if the series or the movie or the book has like a strong character and a strong character arc, I'm like in it. I'm like, they could be doing anything. If it has a good, like I'm just so character forward, even in like my own writing, that I just.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, in About Time, you may not... Well, I think you would like the story. But I think the characters are super flawed. So you might enjoy that, too.
I do like that.
Like, flawed, not good
characters.
They're all super flawed.
I love it. I just think it's super boring. Well, because I think a lot of people think that when they read a book and they don't like the character, they're like, well, I don't like this book. And I'm like, you don't have to... Just because the character is the protagonist doesn't mean you have to like them or they have to be a good person. Mm-hmm. Like, half the books I read that have horrible protagonists, or the movies that are, like, horrible people... I love books with horrible people in them. I don't know why, but I do. Because I think it just makes it more relatable. And it's just fun to read about, like, a protagonist that just has, like, tons of issues and they're kind of bad people. But, so I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah, what was the thing? What are your core values? I don't know, imperfect people?
Gray morality. I don't know.
Okay, I think we've discovered a lot. And so, I don't know, if you were to ask yourself, what are your favorite movies? Or, like I said, I had to think about it for, like, 20 minutes and be like, wait. What have I watched? What have I read that I liked? And then ask like, okay, but then what do those stories, what are they really about? So I thought that was an interesting question that then when you try to apply that as to what you would want to do or consume or what you would want to spend time in your life pursuing, it might be an interesting way to get there rather than like, what are your core values? I hate that question.
LOL.
So then there's quite a few other questions, and again, you can go through and answer them. I just think we've discussed some of them. But number 8, what's the main thing that's holding me back? Now, let me read what this person wrote, because it's not what
Is this the one that says like in red, depression or whatever? I was like, what the heck?
So they said for this answer, is it an addiction, anxiety attacks, in red, depression?
Why is it in red?
I have no idea. Somewhere? I guess it's really...
Does it go somewhere?
Oh, it is. Oh, wow. Wait, let me go back. Wait. Oh, no.
I like how they linked depression. Okay. Sorry, I was just wondering.
Oh, wow. So it links to another article called True Confessions of a Recovering Depressed Aholic. I hate that word. Depressed aholic. That makes it seem like it's a choice. Or like, okay. Let me go back.
Alcoholism is a choice.
That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, so it does link to something. That's why it's in red.
That's why it's in red. Okay, I see.
So depression, an obsession with pinning pictures of rock hard abs on Pinterest while drinking.
What is happening in this? Who wrote
Henry
this?
Cavill. I have no idea. I like the questions.
I don't pin Henry Cavill
on your Pinterest board.
I just
while
look.
You drink every night. What is the main thing that is keeping you from moving forward, and who can help you cut the chain? For some reason, that sounds like you're on the toilet and you're trying to cut the chain.
What?
Anyway.
What?
Anyway.
That's
because it's a Spanish saying. That's cutting the rope. Anyway.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just sayings in other languages that make no sense in English. Anyway, I don't think anxiety, like the answers she provided, or he, are really lame.
Can you read the question again? Because at this point...
What's the main thing that's holding me back? So
you.
I think there's much better answers to that than what she provided. So I like the question. I just thought it was funny, the possible answers she gave. So what's the main thing that's holding you back?
Oh, are you...
I answered it first last time. So
I didn't know this was a...
I'm controlling.
Oh, you're right. You are hosting. Like right now? I don't know.
Yeah, right now.
Like, I wouldn't identify anything that's that's holding me back that's under my control.
That's under your control. Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course you're always going to be held back by certain things, like external factors. But internally, I don't feel like I'm like struggling with anything that's holding me back.
Okay, like I said, I think that's, maybe I shouldn't have read the answer.
Oh, that they provided?
Right. That's like super like, I have an issue with this. I think it's more like, what part of like how I am? I mean, some things that's just how you are. But
you're
like,
fishing for something, dude. I can tell.
No, I'm really not.
You're like, okay, think about it, Gabby. There's something
that's terribly wrong about you that you
wrong.
Need to fix before you can continue with your life.
I feel like I'm in like a therapy session, except it's like super gaslighty. No, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, you can tell me what's wrong with me.
No, okay.
No, I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
this
I don't
is
think
going so to plan. I'm like, so happy.
I'm legit like,
episode.
I don't right now in my life. I don't find anything that's holding me. Like, are there things I can be better at? Sure, but that
okay,
I don't
so what's
say
something
those
you could be
things.
Better at?
But I don't think those things hold me back.
Okay, but that's you. Why don't we share that with
I love how you're like, well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion.
So
not everybody
maybe,
else's.
Like I said, it doesn't, there's things about me that I think that's actually really great, but maybe they are holding me back. That's what I'm saying. That's what this question's about.
Okay.
That's why you should have thought about it.
I did think about it, but
you were still so confused. Like, there's something wrong with me.
I know. I thought about it, and I was like, oh, okay, like I can answer it. But then you kind of like took it and kind of twisted a little bit. So now I'm confused. But you're the host, so I'm gonna answer the question. Okay, so let me back up and answer the question in the terms of what's something wrong with me. Okay, let's see. And then we can trace that back to the original question. Let's see. Something wrong. Well, there's a lot of things wrong with me. Irritation. Irritation builds up quite a lot throughout my day. When I'm by myself, I'm with other people, I get irritated sometimes.
Okay, I thought that was just because me. So it's good to know that it happens.
No, I just get irritated. I'll be here by myself and I'll be irritated about something.
That seems like you.
I think. Well, you just said that it is like me, so you're like, it's like you. It seems like you. I don't think that holds me back. I still can get my work done and like be a normal person.
Okay, but did you let that bother you and make your day worse? I'm not talking about career.
No,
or
not necessarily. I mean, after a few, usually whatever thing is irritating me, I get over pretty fast. Like in the next few minutes. Or so never. Whatever.
But you said like throughout the whole day, you just let it.
Well, because little things pop up throughout the day.
Little things pop up, but it doesn't decrease your quality of life. You enjoy being.
I mean, I suppose you could argue it does, because for those few minutes, I'm irritated about that stupid thing. So I'm out of my 24 hours. I guess some minutes are spent being irritated. Okay. That's not. I suppose that's not healthy.
Okay, you make it seem so.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to explain but you could tell me like it's a huge problem for you, girl. Like, get it together. You spend 23 out of 24 hours being irritated.
I wouldn't say that. For me, I think it just depends on the day. Like I said, whatever I mentioned, you can drag me also. I wasn't coming here to drag you. You know what currently she's really on me about?
What?
That it like blows my mind whenever now we hang out outside because we don't work together anymore.
It's so like, because we don't work together anymore because this stupid idiot. Okay, so go ahead.
Anyway, now that we hang out outside the time, you think she would be like extra happy and like
I am extra happy to see you.
Now she thinks that I'm like a super rushed person.
That's as soon as I met you, I felt that way. That is not new. That is not new.
So now she just adds on to this every time I bring it up.
That's just part of your personality, though.
So now she's like, for example, if we drive in the car together and I'm like trying to get out just to like stretch my legs, I'm not rushing her. I don't rush her. It's just the way I be doing. She's like, why are you like always so rushed? And she gets pressed about it.
Because as soon as I park,
I guess that's something that's holding. I have to just learn to just take it easy.
As soon as I park, she jumps out of the car, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna back up to straighten out in the parking spot, and she's jumping out the car. The car's not off. I'm in reverse. And she's jumping out the car, and I'm like, okay,
so
can you calm down for 5 seconds?
So
I can fix my parking, and then you can get out?
Or in general, if we're doing something, she's just like, go, you're go, go, go. And she doesn't like it. It's incompatible. No, like, incompatible.
When I'm in a hurry, I'm in a hurry. But when things are like easygoing and we have 1,600 hours in the day, like, why are we rushing? I think it's because rushing. Like my like love language is like quality time. So when people rush me,
but I'm not rushing to get out of quality time.
It annoys me.
Okay. So I'll try to keep
not
that.
Just you, anybody.
I know.
It's annoying to me.
For me, it just took me because she's mentioned it a few times here and there. Like if I'm cleaning our office, like
throughout the years.
Throughout the years, But recently she's been like, why are you like this?
I said it one time.
In the car. But it felt like it was part of like a bigger train of thought.
I only see you like once a week now.
Oh, okay, so
when you're rushing in that,
like I said,
once
I'm
a
not
week,
rushed. I just like to be on time.
But there's nothing. We have no schedule.
Yeah, but Tim had said a certain time, so I like to be there. Even if he's not there, I'm gonna be there. But he wouldn't know if you're there or not. I don't mind if I wait 30 minutes for y'all, but at least I'm there at the time that we said.
Okay.
So I'm not.
But rushed. We were there. We were in the parking lot. We were walking in. If he had texted us like, "Where are you guys?" I would have said, "We're walking in." And he would have been like, "Okay."
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So it's not me. I have a flaw.
I have a flaw.
I have a flaw. We've located that. See, Gabby is an irritable person
because my irritation is with that.
So I'm the cause of her flaw. My flaw.
See that? See how that works? It's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle. So it's not good.
It's really not. It's really not irritating to me. It's just one of those things that I'm like, why? I don't get irritated about it. I'm just like, why do you? I'm curious. Like, why do you do that?
But you explained. I
know you explained it.
Like I'm not. It's not even if we do have to be somewhere. Like I had an appointment to be at this place at 9 to do another inspection, and I was like there at like 15 minutes early, and it killed me because he's just like you. It's like no rush. He's like they're there for us.
Well, like I said, when I'm in a hurry to get, I'm always on time. Like if I'm going somewhere and I don't want somebody waiting on me. Like so I understand that.
That is just like ugh.
Like
but the thing is, I apply that to everything. Even if it's something that I set for myself, then I'm like it has to happen at that time.
Yeah, see, I don't do that.
That's me. So I guess for Gabby, enjoying every second of your life.
No, that's not what I do. It's mostly procrastination and just not being in a hurry because I'll do it when I do it.
No, I meant about your irritability.
Oh.
That don't let your irritability take so many little minutes away from your life
for
things that are worth it. I mean, like I said, sometimes you do have to let yourself get irritated about something and be like, yeah, that's an irritating thing. But I don't know what things be irritating you from day to day.
Oh, just like little things like I wish this person emailed me back sooner, or I wish I had, I don't know, just little things throughout the day that I'm like, okay, and then I get up and I get
me texting you.
That doesn't irritate me. It's just like little things.
So then making the decision to not let yourself get irritated about things that you're like, it's not worth it. Sure.
Good talk.
That's for you. For me, I guess it's if it really doesn't matter and no one else is waiting on me, why am I letting myself get pressed about it? Because it really do be stressing me out.
Do you think that holds you back? It's back to the original.
Okay.
No, I'm in
charge here.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
I'm the
I didn't mean
host.
I almost took over there for a second.
You almost took over. So let me take that right back from you.
I'm sorry.
And say that yes, because the thing
is, answer the question anyway.
Because it can stress me out like horrifically. And I already have enough things on my schedule that I have to be there at a certain time and do stuff. And then I just apply that to everything in my life. And that really shouldn't be the case. If I'm living my own life on a Saturday, why am I pressed? So I think that was good. I think that's good. If I were to be more relaxed when I don't have deadlines or, a certain time to be somewhere, just enjoy the journey. Mm-hmm. Which I think for me, it's easy to do like if I'm on vacation or like I have a set time or a completely free day. But I have to apply that concept on a day that maybe I have something later that day, but I can still enjoy my morning, for example, free and not let whatever I have as the rest of my day like drag me down.
Well, it's kind of like when you have like a meeting scheduled at 3 p.m. So the whole day you're preparing for that 3 p.m. meeting. I do that sometimes, but usually I'm like,
yeah, you're definitely better at that than me.
And
I don't. Well, here's the thing. I mean, sometimes Gabby's irritability rubs off on me, but typically it doesn't.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, your hurriedness does not rub off on me.
I know it doesn't.
Except
it just drags me down.
When I'm in a hurry, it's a hurry for myself. Like it's usually a private. Like I'm in a hurry because I want to get this thing done. It's not
right.
Anyway.
Okay, so we're both terrible people. I like that.
I mean, we already knew that.
Question 8. What's the main thing holding us back? Now you know. What's the main thing holding you back? On to the next question.
Maybe you should ask your friend and they'll tell you.
They honestly, if you had a good friend, they would. Number 9 is what are my negotiables and non-negotiables? So I think this had a better answer.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you read the answer and it confuses me.
I don't think it will.
Or whatever this person wrote. Then.
So there are possible answers. What are you willing to give up and what are you going to cling tight to? Are you willing to move anywhere, but you'll never take a job that expects more than 40 hours a week? Is job flexibility a non-negotiable or is it job stability? Write a list of non-negotiables and negotiables and then do your best to stick to that list. So Actually, I just want to point out right now that I'm doing such a brilliant job reading. We had a small group.
You are doing very good.
And I get so stressed out when I have to read because usually even just talking, I mess up my words. Like I'm having a stroke. So I think I've done really, really well. As an aside. But yes, and I think we had talked about this a few episodes ago. I don't remember, what was it? Oh, the fallacies of your 20s or something.
Yeah, kind of touched on this, I suppose.
And so for me, I would say like my non-negotiables are like flexibility. Like I don't mind giving, let's say, 40 hours or more sometimes if at least I have flexibility in that schedule. I don't think I could agree to a job that, for example, wouldn't give me like a work from home flexibility if I needed to option, or a flexible schedule. If it's like Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, that's it. You have to be. I don't think at this point, maybe it's because I've just set myself up for failure in the regular corporate lifestyle, or just how I am. I think that would be a non-negotiable. Like I said, I don't mind giving lots of hours. It's just the flexibility, whether it's from home or just in the schedule. That's my first one, and that's kind of in line with the question.
Is this just work or like any?
I think
like
anything.
Life?
Honestly, anything. Whether it's in friendships, or yourself, like a personal thing.
No, this is a non-negotiable for myself. I don't know. I think for me, in terms of work, I would agree. Like the flexibility matters to me. I feel like I'm at the point also where I'm not willing to accept pay that is lower than X, Y, and Z or whatever. I think with people, I don't know. That's a hard one because it also depends on the person. Because sometimes it's like you're willing to put up with more from somebody because like the good outweighs the bad.
I should speak about me.
Nah. But I will say I don't think I found this out about myself. I said about like an Australian.
You sound like me, dude, on a regular basis.
About myself. I don't think I found this out about myself recently. I think it's always been my personality, but it came to light recently. No, maybe not very recently.
I'm so
no, just something that I'm just now. Like
you have me when hanging on to your words, your every word. What's going on?
This is my Enneagram 8 coming out. I think
this is definitely.
I think this is my Aries energy. Aries season's coming up, everybody. Not really, but kind of. It's down the road. But I think this is a little bit of my Aries energy, a little bit. But like, so with I'm trying to word this in a way that doesn't sound like I'm like a bitch.
That she's about to.
What?
Yes.
What?
No, I love everything.
What do you want to say?
No, nothing. I have no words to say.
No, I would say
now.
this is a non-negotiable. You should be flattered by this. I think this is a non-negotiable for me as I get older as well. That with my friends and my family, my friends are my family, but like with people around me that I surround myself with, that I care about, and that I love, when other people talk. Almost cursed again. When other people talk bad about them, whenever the people talk bad about them, it really pisses me off. And like, don't do that because I will cut you out so fast. So I think that's becoming more clear
your
to me.
Aggression coming into full fruition.
Yeah, but it's bad enough being an Aries and then Enneagram 8 on top of that.
Combination of the
so
two
it's just
completely.
Shout out to my fire signs, okay. But I think that really pisses me off. So, and that was something I don't think that maybe 10 years ago would have, I don't know if I would have said anything if someone was like talking. Because you know how some people, they don't think you're as close to someone as, or they think they can just say something and you'll get over it really fast. And I'm like, no, I'll just cut you out. Like, I'm not going to take this, like, you talking bad about X, Y, and Z, or you talking SHIT about somebody that is in my circle. Like, I'm just not going to deal with that. Like, bye, you can go somewhere. I will tell you off and then never talk to you again. So I think that's a non-negotiable for me at this point. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I'm like, didn't realize about myself until like recently, or maybe like, I don't know, 5 years ago or so. Maybe I was in college, maybe.
And then you were like,
that I was like, yeah, that's a non-negotiable. Like, I can't deal with people who are going to like talk crap about like my people. So good. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Me. Don't do that. That was,
I mean, don't do it behind my back either, because I'll find out.
Shh, dude, you would.
But
that's the scary part about it.
Also, don't be stupid enough to do it to my face, because I'll just tell you, I don't care who's
that would be
around,
very stupid. And some people, here's the thing, some people really in like social situations are so dumb.
Well, I think some people think that they can say things and that it'll either come across as like, oh, well, I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be, but I'm just saying, or they think it's like, I I don't know what they think. I don't know what some people are just ignorant. I think they just think that their opinion is best, and so you're going to agree with them, or you're not brave enough to say
something about
stop talking crap, dude. Yeah. Like go away, walk away from me. So I think that really pisses me off. That's pissed me off more than like other things. I think I don't like that. So there's that.
If I were to say something about friendships, because I have so many, that I think I've come also to like learn about myself and appreciate, and I think something that I like severely need is people calling me out. And I would say my friends call me out more than, okay, let me not drag my friends, because they also are very encouraging. But like Tim, for example, he will call me out about whatever, like the way I am, my vices.
The way I am.
For example, another thing that, if I go back, what was the thing? What's holding me back? The inability to do what this 8 just said. Like, just either stand up for myself, stand up for other people, or deal with confrontation. The 1 in me, even though I'm not a 1.
You are. She's Enneagram 1. Look it up, folks. It'll match up with personality so well. It's not a bad thing.
I hate confrontation. And I've gotten slightly better at it. Slightly better. But it's still probably the thing I struggle with the most. So when it comes to my friendships, just having people who will say, yeah, that doesn't seem like you, and can make you like uncomfortable in a good way, I think is good.
Like, how you trying to convince yourself?
I'm like, I think it's good. I think it's good.
Well, I think we balance each other out really well, because I think I'm almost too good at confrontation, and you're getting better at it. But that's not your strong suit.
So you need to kind of come towards the let me not attack everybody on this planet.
And you need to come toward the let me.
And
say
I have.
Something.
I have 2 people that are very close to me that are like tossing me into the fire. And it's like dead. Deal with it because it's good for you.
I think. That's good. It's a balance.
So aggressive.
It's a
balance. You both are you know how hard it is.
I just bristle easily at comments. I think is my. I don't like it. Dude, I don't like when people say
like shut down from her.
Because then they think they're in charge of whatever, and I'm like, you're not. Not saying I am, but you're definitely not in charge of whatever
so
opinion
aggressive.
Is coming out of your mouth.
You know how hard it is to be a 1 in a world where you're surrounded by 2 8s? 2, not 1.
But we're very different, though.
You are both very different.
We're different 8s, but we're both 8s.
Different 8s. You're different wings.
I don't know what that means still on the Enneagram.
I explained it to you.
You didn't explain it. You said this is a wing. You said there's
too much for me.
You said it's wing whatever. And I'm like, but you didn't explain. I'm like, I don't know what wing means. What does that mean? It doesn't. I don't care about what it really means.
Okay, I'm not going to read it out again.
You
can look up what a wing is, but basically you can be the same number, but have it expressed in different ways.
That's because I'm an Aries and he's a Scorpio?
No, October.
No, he's in November. She doesn't even know his birthday.
November. Dude, I don't know. Anyway, I barely know my own.
Jorge's a Virgo. Yeah.
Oh.
My dad's a Virgo.
Oh, you're right. September birthdays. Yeah. What a crappy month to be born in. That's okay.
Really
nice. Fall is good. Fall is good. I'll say that.
I was going to say, would you rather have a February birthday or?
It's just what your dad's birthday is. What day?
The 4th. Same as Beyonce's.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. I'm like, for me, I always would hate that if I was born in September, because when you were in school, I'm like, your birthday's like when school's starting. And I would always find it so lame. Now as an adult, who cares?
But it falls around Labor Day. As a kid, so you sometimes get 3-day weekend for your birthday.
Weekend. Okay, so that's good. But anyway, for me, I'm like, it's around school. I hate that.
But yours is in winter, though.
It's not winter. It's past
February is
the
winter.
mid of winter.
Spring starts the 22nd
Honestly,
of March.
It was like 70 degrees yesterday, so I don't know what she's complaining about.
Snow showers next week.
No, yes. I ain't seen that, and I'm the weather lady.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
I ain't seen that. She's lying.
I saw that yesterday.
Also, that ain't gonna stick no more because the days are longer. So who cares? Winter's over at this point.
It's not.
Well, sometimes we do get like some March snow, but it melts. It melts so much faster.
But snow is still falling from the sky, which makes me upset.
The problem.
That's something that irritates me. It's cold weather.
Okay. But we know this.
Maybe so that's why it's
irritable.
that.
So in the summer, maybe in the summer, in your
so
days here at your apartment, you'll be like happier.
Oh, the door's open all the time to my deck.
Huge.
Oh, God, I love summer. I'm in the best mood in summer. Just wait.
You're gonna see a whole different Gabby.
Just wait. I'm going from Enneagram 8 to. Whatever.
You're not gonna change your number. Yeah, that's not happening.
Watch me take the Enneagram test or whatever,
and it'd be a totally different number. I would be so upset.
A 2 or something. I don't know what a 2 is.
So upset. You can't be that close to me.
Maybe I'm an Enneagram.
Maybe you're in what?
Maybe I'm an Enneagram 8 only in the wintertime. Maybe my irritation goes down. It does go down in summer. I know that for a fact.
8,
but
I think you're an 8 and you're irritable. I don't think those two things go together. So basically, you're the worst of both
irritable.
worlds.
I just get irritated easily, but I wouldn't say that being irritable is not a part of my personality.
I don't want to look up a dictionary right now, but she just said, I'm not irritable. I just get easily irritated.
But I'm not an overall irritable person.
Irritable in the definition.
On a day-to-day basis.
In a dictionary.
I'm in a fine mood. And then something will like, and it'll irritate me and I'll get over it and I'll be in a fine mood again. Okay.
Some that be making me angry, but I learned to deal with. Sometimes she'll walk into the office. Once again, we don't work together anymore, so I don't have to deal with this.
Wait, what made you angry when I would walk into the office?
That's not angry. Number one, she would always scare me. I'm easily scared.
I don't think that's a flaw. I think that's just
no, that's me. I'm saying this is a totally different thing. But sometimes she'd walk in and I could tell, okay, she's pissed off. I don't know why, but I'm like, okay, and I just let her be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Which is good because I hate when people are like,
I know, then they try to fix it, and I learned very quickly. Like I don't think Tim had learned that yet, but
that wasn't irritation or anger though. That was a different thing. But just in general, when people are like, when I'm angry, and they're like, well, what? And I'm like, just leave me alone, and I'll be fine in like 10 minutes.
I know, she would. So
and I usually am.
I come in, I sit my AirPods, and she'd be fine.
And then in 10 minutes, I'm like,
it's like the energy that you like literally break into the office, and I'm like, this is the energy, and I'd be like, okay, time to like do my own thing, and I know she'll be like, what are we doing now? Like 10 minutes later,
and then in 10 minutes, I'm like, fine. It just takes me like
I learned that it took me probably a little longer than it should, but I did
let me adjust. The anger seeps out. It's usually nothing like...
I know, it could just be like, I don't know, that it was cold that day, or somebody didn't reply to her, or she just had to come into work, or she has to work
at
in
all.
The year of our Lord 2022. It could be a myriad of things.
It could be anything.
And I would be like, it's okay.
And then if you asked me in like the next hour, like, what were you irritated about? I'm like, I don't remember.
I'm so dead. But I did learn that. You just got to learn how your friends be, because then you could just be causing problems for yourself. For example, if I ever were to ask her, what is bothering you?
What's wrong?
I might end up murdered. What's wrong?
No, I would probably just be like, nothing.
Nothing.
And you'd be like, ooh.
Yeah. So I didn't want to hear the cold reply. So I'd be like, I'm not going to say nothing until she speaks to me.
See, okay. Yeah.
What?
No. I was going to say with you, it's like,
the opposite, you think?
No, I don't think it's the opposite. No, I don't think that. I think with you, see, like, I don't know, because here's part of the problem. I'm a very internal processor. So when people ask me in the moment, what's wrong?
I am not an internal processor.
No, you're not. So this is very different for me, because like I process things super internally. When I'm in my apartment by myself, you know how some people like talk out loud to themselves? I might do that a little bit, but even when I'm alone,
you're like
I'm sitting
in your own world in silence. That's
and I
so
could go like yesterday, I did leave my apartment yesterday.
You just speak some words out into the world.
Oh, I do sometimes, but I don't go on like tangents. I do that in my brain, but I don't usually talk out loud. So when I'm angry about something or irritated, I process it internally, and then once I process it internally, I don't usually, sometimes I feel the need to talk about it if it's really making me angry, but if it's just like a small irritation, I process it and I'm good and we move on, and I don't even ever talk about it. But with you're processing it as it's happening, and I'm just sitting there listening, and I'm like, which like, I just listen. I don't usually say anything, but you process, and I'm like, and just affirmation, like, yes, you're right.
So
yes, because it's just so different for me, because I just don't do that. And so you process so externally, and you'll be annoyed about something, and then
it'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I'll be listening, and then I'll think you'll end a sentence, and I'm like, okay, well, and you're like, and I'm like, oh, okay, and it'll just keep like you aren't done yet, because you're processing it as you're talking.
It takes me a while,
so it takes you like 20 minutes to like, and then usually you're okay. It might come up later, but it's just different.
So actually, another question you should add, the 12th question. The 12th question is like, it is important to like know that about yourself, because until she brought it up, I wouldn't have thought that. But then I look back and I'm like, I can see how she got to that conclusion.
Where I just sit silently.
And then I'm just talking nonstop, dude. It could be of the littlest thing or like the most major thing in my life, and I'll just talk about it, which is good to know, because when you have no friends, I'm like, you need at least one to externally process. But I do talk to myself too, unlike you.
No, I do too. It's just not as,
but like, probably a lot more.
I don't do full sentences.
Like me, well, not full sentences, but I'll be like, if I'm reading an email, I'm like, okay, so this lady is really thinking about this.
You do that.
And I'm just like saying it out, which is really surprising, because again, we're both introverts, but I do externally process. Yeah. Even, oh wow, I'm realizing how much I'm realizing how much of an external processor I am, because Robin the other day, now she like does some university work in the top floor of our church, and she could
what?
She said that she heard me like cracking up to myself and like talking to nobody, because now again, Gabby doesn't work with me anymore. So it's just me in this office. And she's just like, I heard you cracking up.
That's so funny.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'd be like telling myself jokes.
Okay,
like,
I do that.
Or yeah, you do that. But like
that.
telling myself jokes, or like, again, if I'm reading an email or doing something on like just work related, I will be talking about it to nobody or pretending that Gabby's there. It's one or the other. But again, it's just like an external processing. I just like talking about stuff, and then it's out there, and then I feel good.
Yeah. I mean, I do that.
It's so funny to me. Wow. I never realized that.
Like when I'm here by myself, I'll be like cracking a joke and be like, LOL, I'm so
I know. And then she sends me a voice memo about it.
But like, if it's something really big that I have to process, like I'll talk about it. Or something I'm really angry, like actually angry at, I'll talk about it out loud. But if it's like a small irritation, I don't talk about it.
No, but for me, it's just like a constant, like, I don't know, it keeps me a little bit more in tune with like how I'm feeling. Because sometimes I like don't think about how I'm feeling. So I think externally processing is like a more healthy way. Because if not, then I like blow up.
And I don't care. And you can talk to me all day.
I know. She's like, But now it's just really cracking me up at all the moments that she's come to that conclusion. Because I'm like, wow, that really is me. Anyway, I don't know where my hosting skills have gone down the drain.
You let this get away.
I let this get away. I'm so sorry, everybody. So the last question, the last one, again, go to the link. For example, question 10, I'm not answering, but what breaks my heart? Who cares? 11.
That was a weird one. It was very out of left field.
But so some are weird, but some are really good. It's just we've discussed.
Okay. Every day.
I'm going to break your soul. 11. At 29 years and 364 days, if I accomplished just one thing, what would I want it to be? Okay, I'm not even going to read the answer. And I want to reiterate, age is just a number. But I thought this would be a fun question to answer.
I don't find
Not that it has to be 29 years and 364 days, but in the next,
when you're
30
years old,
roughly, what is like one thing? It could be the tiniest thing. It could be the biggest thing. Unfortunately, I came up with a financial answer because that's just how I am.
My 401k.
No, I don't have my retirement account in order.
My 403b. No.
Stop it. Don't trigger me.
Roth IRA.
Stop it. Don't trigger me.
I
talked with you. I know you do. I talked with her mother.
Just
about
because
all
I
financial
don't
things.
like talking about it doesn't mean I don't know what I'm. Well, anyway, I don't really know what I'm doing. I can name things though. But am I answering this first? You answer it first. You go.
I mean, mine's gonna be more boring than whatever she comes up with. So mine is just to have like, what number did I set for myself?
$4,000.
$4? No. Wow. I hope.
Scrap myself. See, that's something that I would do my part by myself and be like,
she's right. She's cracking herself up.
Man.
I said 4 income streams.
Okay.
Yeah. She's like, what? Boring.
Do you have 4 jobs? That's cool.
No, not 4 jobs, but just like, like I have an actual job apparently, and then I teach. But meaning that, for example, I have like side hustles or like projects I do, but they're like one-offs. So when income stream for me means like an average number I see a month. It doesn't have to be consistent to the penny, but like an average number I see a month. And I have a few ideas of what that could be, but I don't know. Since in America, in the year of our Lord 2022, it's so hard to like financially support yourself. So I think just relying on one job, and we have discussed it before, it's kind of dumb. So finding other things, like whether it's a hobby or something you can do on the side that ends up being like a relative average number at the end of the month that you can count on for your budget. That's, I think, a goal I have, because I feel that being financially free, we could travel to Gimmelwald. We could, like, there's so many things I want to do in this life that aren't coming up with income streams. But for my 20-something period of life, I would want to attain those. So then I can go to Gimmelwald. Because I think, what was it? By the time we turned 30, we wanted to go?
Well, I turned 31st, though. So.
Okay, so, yeah.
Well,
so it's even shorter for me. I got to find these.
We could do it by the time you turn 30. I'll be 32. No, wait.
No, you're like 33.
I'll be 33.
33.
That's when Jesus died. It's a magic number. I don't know.
I need you to stop cracking yourself up, too.
All right.
That's the darkest thing.
I don't know why that popped in my... It's just one of those numbers that you're like, oh, that's 33. That's when... Anyway, okay. That's good, though. That is good.
I'm so glad. I knew she'd be like, that's so lame, but that's
no,
good.
It's not
that's
lame.
Good.
No, it's not lame, because you have a plan and
like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't really know how to answer this question, because like it's not. I just I don't know.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be career. It could be in your like life. It could be How you want to be? Do you want to be a less irritable person by the time you turn 30?
I would like to actually be more. I think I would like to be more irritable.
Okay,
actually.
well, we can definitely set that up for you.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
I'll piss you off.
No, just no, I don't want to be more irritable. I think I would like to maintain my irritability right now. I'm just kidding. I really don't know how to answer this question because it's one of those questions that I'm not good at answering.
Like I said, it doesn't have to be a goal. Like I thought it was vague enough that you could be like, okay, it's not a SMART goal. I want to be this by then.
Is that how you hear me?
If you're pissed off or like making fun of me, that's how you sound.
That's not always like, okay, 30 years old. That's for me in like 5 years, 4 years, because I'm about to turn 26 in 2 months.
Granny.
Yes. Let's see. When I'm 30, I would like to look 18.
Is this a real answer?
Not really. I really don't have an answer. I'm just so bad at
so lame.
I'm so bad at answering questions like that. You know that.
I know, but for example, you were gonna try to find
tell me what I'm gonna do. Yep. No, I'm serious. You
were like updating your resume. I know that's not like for Gabby, a career isn't. Well, I know that it's important for you.
I have a job. If I have a job by the time I'm 30.
Well, okay, but not to make it about the career, but like a job or not, is there something you want to do individually related to your career? Because I know your career is important. I didn't make it until the camera didn't die. Anyway, it was the tangent.
Skills.
It was the tangent we took. Anyway, this will be the last thing we say. Let me try to get an answer to Gabby right now.
Okay, yes.
Just don't. Okay, I know.
So she's got irritation.
Even though you like to think that like I don't care about a job, which is true.
No, I do care.
But you care about your career, and I know you do. So what's something you would want to do in the realm of your career in 4 years? Whether it's like the draft of a book or,
okay,
something like that.
Yeah, okay. I hope I'm in a job that or a career job, whatever, that I'm happy with, that I feel like I'm like toward a mission. That would be cool. That I'm not just like punching the clock every day, because I would like kill myself if I was doing that. Almost did kill myself this past. To clear your throat. I
never know what Gabby's about to say.
So I'd never know either, to be honest. So something, yeah, I would like to be in like the field that I'm at the time happy with, even if I go to another field in the next 5 years or whatever. But I would like to be in a field that I actually like believe in, that I feel like I can make a difference in, working with people that I enjoy. I feel like that's a very lofty goal though, because does that even happen anymore?
I think that's highly attainable though,
and
maybe not all in all. Like
at the same time,
love people. Like I said, any workplace is messy. We were talking about that this week.
But overall, liking
at least when the goal of whatever workplace you would be at, whether it's full time, part time, on the side, whatever it is, that it's for a purpose that you like.
And I would like to have
that's attainable.
I would like to also have a at least a draft of a book.
Okay, that's 2 things. Wow, you see what I just did right now?
Are you
2 answers.
Yourself?
I'm very proud of myself right now.
I don't have those goals are pretty. Anyway, whatever.
I think those are highly attainable.
Yours are like your goal is like responsible. Mine was I want to be the job I like, and I want to run a.
But like I said, you have like I was gonna say you have like 2 streams of income already. 3. You have 3. Well, you're waiting for the other lady to actually.
It's all coming.
But for me, that counts as like
other places.
Exactly, different places. So you're already kind of on your way there. I just want to kind of be closer to where you're at. Yeah. Okay. So look at that link. Maybe ignore the answers that they provide and just come up with some answers of your own. I thought that was kind of fun and not as boring as like draw a 5-year plan. Draw a 10-year plan.
Those.
I would never be able to do that with Gabby.
No,
so
I'd be like, I'm not doing
diligent
this.
And plan something that was different than that. So you're welcome, everybody. Now you can. I'm taking.
You're kind of taking my.
No, I'm taking the baton off my host skills so that she can do the outro. So that we don't have 10 minutes of a black screen on our YouTube.
It doesn't have to be a black screen. It could be.
It usually has like a Instagram handle because we're also going to take a picture. I have the idea.
Okay. For what I was doing. Yeah, follow us at _change_by_degrees on Instagram, and apparently we're gonna go take a picture and post that, so you'll have that. Sign up for our emails on our website. We need to update our website.
What about it? I'll be posting the episodes.
No, I mean like the other links, whatever. I can do it. I'll do it.
I'm confused.
Sign up for the emails I sometimes send out. I'm in the middle of one right now, so you'll get one this week. And review us on Apple.
I was about to say,
I was trying to think of all the things.
Give us 5 stars or nothing at all.
Because this episode was 5 stars. This is as
good
as it gets. Dude. This is as good as it gets.
It was kind of abusive. We had some bullying going on and some self-realization.
I like it. And I think that's all I got.
Okay. And then wait. Let me try to give a little promo for next week. I don't remember what we got next week.
We're doing the...
Oh, well, apparently French toast. So who knows where we're going to get that from or what's happening. That's the messiest episode we have by far.
We didn't do that last season.
Did we not?
No.
Wow, okay, so...
What do we even do for those? We'll figure it out. I'll plan it. I'll plan it Okay. You have to do whatever I say. That sounds weird. But you have to. Dude, I'm going to plan it. I'm the host next week.
I talked about taking people out. Anyway.
Yeah, you talked about killing people. All right,
yes,
that's all we
got. The messiest episode we got. You definitely have to tune in. If you like the chaotic energy,
that's such a good idea. Okay.
I'm so scared right now.
We're gonna do a little game. All right. Okay.
You need to change your pants.
I need to change your pants. I'm like, that's not funny to anybody except for us. People are probably like, that's so disgusting. It just means like the situation is so.
Why don't you explain it? That's the closest.
The situation. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. The situation is like so bad or uncomfortable that you like crap. That you like crap. You need to change your pants. You know. Good. Anyway. Good. So on that note, follow us and give us 5 stars. Okay, I'm done. Say bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Well, because I thought people might think that it means like something like something else happening in your pants. I just thought we'd be on the same page.